Artemis Oracle, doing your what you need to know now message. This reading is for whenever you happen to come across it. I am live on, I'm doing a live stream basically on March 30th, 2026, but this reading can resonate whenever you happen to come across it. It's a timeless tarot message. So let's see what you need to know at this time. I want to know, what is your current energy? If this resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Please know I'm not answering any questions. There are no questions today. If I go on live later this afternoon, I will be answering yes or no questions then. But at this time, I want to focus on the energy. Okay, so save the yes or no questions for later this afternoon. Okay, let's see what the collective needs to know. What is the collective's current energy whenever they happen to come across this reading? What is the collective's current energy? We have the Queen of Wands. So this is an energy where you're very magnetic, attractive, maybe attracting a lot of attention, maybe in this mode of wanting to create, build something for yourself. You're basically doing everything and anything that makes you feel good, makes you look good. And essentially you're just like, you're just in your bad bitch energy, regardless if you're male or female. Thank you. Hi, Monette. How are you? Hi, Leah. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, it's like you're in this energy, fire sign energy. Some of you may have fire in your chart. You may be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. That could be in your top 3. That could be anywhere in your chart. So that's the energy that you may be embodying whenever you see this reading, regardless if it's the live or the replay. Black cat energy. Very independent. You march to the beat of your own drum, you know? So, okay. All right. What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know at this time? Okay, we have the King of Cups. That's water sign energy, specifically Scorpio. Masculine energy. Someone who is mature, emotionally available, very caring, loving, compassionate person. But there seems to be a close of a cycle, but this could be in a positive sense, like there's some sort of victory that some of you are heading towards. It may be something that you've been working. It could have to do with a relationship, since we have a king and queen here. We have a masculine and a masculine and feminine energy here. I don't know, there may be something closing out with a water sign energy or someone who embodies that energy themselves. They don't have to be in that sign. But it's like, if whatever it is that you're closing out with this water sign energy or whatever this is, it could be something, this could be you, something that you care about, something that you love. This could be an aspect of you, you know? An aspect where you're emotionally available, you're emotionally grounded, you are weathering any storms, you possibly, if this is you and this is the current energy and this is an aspect of yourself, you may have overcome something that had to do with your emotions, where you had to be more grounded, where you had to be more centered, where you couldn't let anything that was going on around you affect you emotionally, and instead you stood in your power. And it closed some sort of cycle out, but in a victorious way, because you have the Six of Wands. So you're heading towards success, victory, and whatever it is. Possibly there was some sort of disappointment. You're able to fill in the blank about where that disappointment was. It could have been in a relationship. It could have been with a job. It could have been with some competition you may have been in. Okay, what else? I want to know what this King of Cups is. Who is the King of Cups? Could have been if it was someone else, it could have been internal. You could have been emotionally conflicted about something in the past, something that you were passionate about, something you cared about, something you wanted to create, build, wanted to go towards, you felt attracted to. Or it could be there was a water sign energy that was attracted to you but there was some sort of conflict, because I saw the Five of Swords. This Hangman energy, this could be a Pisces some of you are dealing with. But it could be, if it's not that, if it is, like say it is another person, right? Because we have two genders here. We have the masculine and the feminine energies. If this is a King of Cups, another person, this person has been reflective, looking at things from a different perspective, took a time out. I don't know if this is someone, if you were dealing with another person, someone that you're no longer in communication with, or you took a break in communication, there has been some silence because this person needed time to think about something, to reflect on something. They need to look at something from a different perspective. Maybe they wanted to get out of their heart and more into the head, because you see how the head is illuminated. Because the King of Cups is someone who is guided emotionally, you know, not in a toxic or negative or overly sensitive way. They go towards what their happiness. They go towards what fulfills them emotionally and allows them to be a comfort to others. Maybe a counselor, someone who could be a counselor. This could be someone who is a counselor, therapy or somebody that's, you know, that you can talk to, that you can express yourself to in an emotional way, be emotionally vulnerable to. Or this is someone who was emotionally vulnerable to you, that is looking at things from a different perspective. But what is it? Tell me about the Hangman with the King of Cups. So there was some sort of decision that, like I mentioned earlier, some of you may have had a break in communication with this person, if this is another person that you're dealing with. And this isn't about the other aspect of you, you know, like the other, you know, how we have different aspects of ourselves. You know, if you think about it, we embody all the energies. We embody fire, water, air, and earth, you know, depending on the circumstances. You know, we need to show up in certain places in certain ways. You know, this like code switching in some way, but we're talking about code switching in an energetic way or a spiritual way. And if this is not that, if this King of Cups isn't an aspect of you, the emotional, sensitive, masculine side of yourself, you know, this could be, and we're taking that off the table, and we're thinking of the King of Cups as a separate person from you, that is looking at things from a different perspective. This person, like I said earlier, I don't know if there was a break in communication, no contact, maybe somebody ghosted. Hopefully it wasn't that. This person is thinking about what, maybe they've received some sort of guidance, enlightenment, some sort of epiphany that let them know what action they needed to take. And usually the Judgment and the Upright is someone who is wanting to revive something. It's like they got the okay, the cue. I try to remember what angel is the Judgment card. I believe it could be Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel. I get them mixed up. Wow, look at this Two of Cups. This has to do with a friendship. This person could be a friend. This could be a partner, a lover, a love interest, right? Okay, but what is the Judgment? What are they wanting to revive? What are they considering? You are my sunshine. If this is a love situation, they want to bring back happiness. They want to come in with the truth, with honesty, vulnerability, you know. I don't know if this person was not able to be vulnerable. And that could be where this is. It's like maybe this person tried to be vulnerable, try to be open. But it was difficult for them, but they're saying the importance of that, the importance of, because if you look at these two cards, what do you see? You see naked people. And when we're naked, we're vulnerable. We're not hiding anything. You see everything. There's nothing that can be hidden when you're completely naked, you know? You're just as vulnerable and innocent as a child, you know? And we also see that here too. I feel like this person, if you're dealing with someone else, it's like they want to bear themselves to you. I find it like I keep looking at the clothes. Like you see the king, has all his clothes on. It's like, yes, I'm there emotionally. I'm here for you. But it's like something about them is still, they hold something back. You notice they're clothed, they're covered, but it's like, no, it's time for me to get naked. You know, it's time for me to bear it all, bear my soul. Bear my soul to you. So I feel like if this resonates with you at all, some of you may have been dealing with someone who may have been emotional, like someone you could talk to, that you could be open with emotionally, but they probably held back. And Scorpio is typically the king of cups. It could be any water sign, but they say fixed signs are the kings, because kings, they're pretty like kind of stuck in their ways in a way. They're maybe a bit stubborn and stuff. And if it is a Scorpio energy, it kind of makes sense, because if it is someone who has Scorpio in their chart, they tend to be the person that you could talk to, that you could bear yourself to, but they usually are more mysterious. They tend to keep things to themselves. You know, even if it's harder for a Scorpio to trust. And I'm speaking as a Scorpio myself, and I keep seeing naked cards. I don't know if this person has some sort of like history that they don't want to share with you. They want to hold back. Maybe there's something that they're ashamed of. And that's why they create this. They cover themselves. They cloak themselves. Because you see here, the King of Cups, he's wearing a cloak, right? And it's like this part, it's like he's wearing less. And then it's like eventually everybody's naked. So I feel like this person is going to be more open, more vulnerable. They're going to bear themselves to you. And I think with them being able to do that, that might have to do with the fact that you being in your energy, your Queen of Wands energy, you may have inspired them to march to the beat of their own drum instead of trying to do what everybody else expected them to do. You know, the Queen of Wands is someone who is very unique and individual. She doesn't follow the crowd. She sets trends, you know, but she doesn't follow trends. She creates them. I think in some ways that the Queen of Wands inspired, because the Queen of Wands is also inspiring too, because of the creation. She's just open and loving and caring, because the fire sign energies are loving, caring, generous energies, you know, but it's that mysteriousness, you know. She holds as much mystery, because she has that black cat there, just as much as the King of Cups does with his cloaks, you know. But there's something about her that, or you, if you resonate with the Queen of Wands, if you resonate with this energy of the Queen of Wands, that has allowed this person, this King of Cups energy, to want to bear their soul to you. With this, it's like, it's bringing some sort of victorious or positive transition in your relationship, where you're heading into something where you can see more success, you know. Yes, the guy has his clothes back on or whatever, but it's like whatever's going on, you're going to be moving into something victoriously. You see the wreaths, the victory wreaths, all these wreaths. This is indicating victory. This person had enough time to reflect on what it is. Emperor energy. In some way, you empowered someone to step into their power. And that's what's allowing this person to move forward successfully. But what are they moving towards? Because we have the Emperor here. What is the Emperor moving towards? Oh, let's look at the Six of Cups. Wands. Six of Wands. What is the Six of Wands here? What is the Six of Wands? We got the Six of Pentacles. It's generous. See, I was talking about the Queen of Wands is someone who's loving, caring, and generous. Moving towards being generous themselves, being more open, more caring, more giving. I think at some point this person probably was holding back. They were chained. There was something that was holding them back. Something from the past, maybe something that kept them chained, that didn't allow them to move freely. And it could be shame. We have the Chariot card coming off for too. And when I was doing the pre-shuffle, before I even started this reading, I saw the Six of Wands. I saw the Chariot. This Chariot is Cancer energy. The World is, it's all the fixed signs, but it could be Aquarius. I think it's mostly Capricorn, and we did have Capricorn showing up too, because the World does Saturn energy. Empress, Aries. Judgment is Scorpio energy. The Hangman is Pisces, and the Sun is Leo. So we have fire, we have air. We have fire. We have a lot of fire and a lot of water, because we do have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. But the Earth is like this groundedness. It's like you've inspired this person to be generous, to be caring, to be a little more open, but I think more so with how they give their energy, maybe their emotional energy, because your energy, regardless if it's your love, your time, your patience, your listening, all that stuff, that's currency, that has value. Just so you know, everybody has value, because we have love, we have compassion, we have understanding, we have time. All that, we all have that. It's not only about physical, tangible, material worth, but it's the presence. Our presence has value. And you have probably allowed this person to see that within themselves. And that's where this victory is coming from. And the Chariot is also indicative of moving forward, but victoriously, because the Chariot indicates someone who's overcome a lot of battles and has basically won, has overcome, but successfully completed, successfully fought and obtained something. Now they're looking for their next conquest. And that's also what's indicative of the Six of Wands energy too. So the conflict this person may have experienced, because before the Six of Wands, there's Five of Wands, there's conflict. It could be internal conflict, but it could be a conflict outside of you. It's like there's going to be something that you're going to be moving past. So I don't know if you've... Let me see. Look at the Empress is at the bottom of the deck. If this person has caused you some sort of disappointment, you may be defensive towards them, because if they're coming towards you, if they've had time to think and contemplate and gain a better understanding, and now are willing to come forward and be vulnerable to you, if this person disappointed you in some way, if you resonate with also being an Empress or Mother energy, or just someone who's abundant, because remember earlier I said we embody all the energies, the wands, the fire, the water, the earth, the air. We embody all of that. We could have more than the other, but this person, there's something that's going to be happening very quickly, and we do see a lot of movement here. We have the Sun with the little baby, the vulnerable baby on that white horse. Then we have the Six of Wands, white horse. Then we have the Chariot, which is a moving vehicle, is a car. And then we have these 8 wands. But this, I don't know if some of you will have your guard up, if you'll have your boundaries up. Sits on wands, that's like burdens. Sagittarius. This is the Sagittarius card, and so is the 8 of Wands too. That's Sagittarius. 7 is Leo. Yeah, something's coming to an end. There's going to be a close of, we saw the World card. This is about something ending, right? But it's a happy ending. This person may be moving towards you. We did see the Two of Cups when we started out the reading at the bottom of the deck. I think this person, maybe this is the person. If there was something that was holding them back from being emotionally available, there's something they gain some sort of clarity that's allowing them to move away from these 3 cups that have caused the sadness, even caused the blockage. that kept them kind of reserved, because that may have been them, the Seven of Wands. They may have been keeping up the block. So I did mention there may have been some sort of shame that came from the past that caused them to cloak themselves. You know, but then we, like I said, we see all these naked cards. It's like bearing their soul. I think you have proved to be someone who loving and caring and nurturing to them, that they feel that they can do that, and they're going to move forward towards you. They're going to move towards you. Oh, look at this, the Ace of Cups. Didn't it? Look at this. This is so beautiful. Look at this Ace of Cups. Look at this. This person sees your value. They see your value and they want to come forward to you. That's what they're moving towards. They made some sort of change. They're in this transition in their life and they want to come forward towards you with a cup of love. Because now it's like maybe there was something inside of them that was blocked. Like I said, there may have been shame. Shame is so powerful and so limiting to us because it stops us from doing things that we want to do. And regardless of the situation, you know, like if you have regrets and stuff and you haven't reconciled the past, if you haven't reconciled the past, you know, then that kind of blocks you from being happy, from receiving love, forgiving love, from moving in love, being in love, embodying love. And I feel like this person's at this place where they're overflowing with so much love and they want to change, you know, bring a positive change into your connection, you know. Oh gosh, this is interesting. I hope this resonates with someone because it's so nice. It's such a lovely reading. I just did straight up tarot right now, which I rarely do. Okay. Hi Shantae, how are you? Let me see what else is here. Okay. Let's see. Thank you for the likes. Just so you know, I am not answering any questions. When I started the live stream, I said that I'm not answering any questions. So let's see. But that reading I just did, please take it as it resonates, because that King of Cups could be an aspect of you. When I started reading the Queen of Wands was the energy of the collective I'm reading for. All right. What time is it? 23:22. Hey, happy Monday. I hope you have a beautiful week too, Teresa. All right, I'm going into the Sweet Love Tea Oracle deck. I don't really get to use this deck as much, so I want to see what comes out. What does the collective need to know? In depth, connecting on a deeper level or complex feelings, heartfelt, convoluted. Stay vigilant, set clear boundaries to ensure your well-being, aware, healthy, and control. I don't know if anybody has been feeling this way because we're going to have the full moon in Libra on Wednesday, I believe, April 2nd. And I've been feeling a little bit anxious. And that moon is about maintaining balance. You know, Libra is about balance. You know, it's also about beauty. It's ruled by Venus. I was reading about Lakshmi earlier today because I have this new Oracle deck and Lakshmi came up and it really makes sense. It's about prosperity, beauty, love. Okay, exploring, testing the waters, or still looking for the right one. Search another path. At the bottom, we have sweet home, making a good home life or settling down, marriage, lasting love. I don't know if some of you are out there looking for love. I think as you're putting yourself out there, connecting to people and stuff, you have to be careful with how you connect with them, because not everybody is going to want to connect with you in the same way. Some people may want to connect to you in a more superficial way, and others may want to be more in depth. Like they want to get to know you. They want to know all your likes, your dislikes, what's your favorite thing, what's your least favorite thing. But also, there may be people who may be wanting to dig and get information from you, you know? So I would say beware of that. There may, depending on what it is, it's just like, I feel like if you are putting yourself in and you're exploring and you're testing the waters, you're dating, you're talking to different people, just be aware of who you may be talking to. Be aware of what kind of questions they're asking. If you are seeing them in person, do you feel anything that makes you uncomfortable? Is there something about them that is a little off, that doesn't sit well with you? That's something that you should listen to. Don't ignore your intuition, you know? Like if you're with people, make sure that you feel comfortable, you know? That this isn't someone who doesn't have, make sure, just be vigilant. You know, because there may be people that just want to try to get information from you. They may not be honest. They may be love scammers or anything, you know, trying to find out about your money, about where you live, who you live with, you know, like just beware of that. But also, if you are out, make sure and you're meeting different people, make sure that you're setting clear boundaries with them, letting them know, you know, like, because some people, I don't know how it is for men. I don't know if women are like, oh, you know, I bought you dinner, you know, you owe me something, you know. Just, you know, if you get that energy from somebody, just be careful. If the person doesn't sit well with you, then don't waste your time trying to make them sit well with you, if you know what I mean. Don't try to force it. Continue searching, continue going through your way, you know. I know it sounds like you're going to be running through people, but it's not that. It's just more like, as you're getting to know people, you could tell who's for you and who isn't. And who isn't for you, don't try to force it. Don't try to make it fit, you know, because not everybody is going to fit. You know, continue moving on and seeing what else is out there. You know, like they said, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Especially if you're someone who is looking for marriage. If you're wanting to get married, you want to build a family, you want to build a home, you know, put your time and energy towards things that are worthy of nurturing, worthy of where you can see growth, with nurture growth. Attend to your bond with love and patience, trust, support, playful. This is the type of energy you want. You want to be around people who are trusting, trustworthy, who are supportive, but also where you have fun and stuff. If you're not feeling that, then just keep pedaling, keep moving, keep moving. Don't stay stuck. Move ahead despite any obstacles that arise. Venture, explore, forge. Continue exploring. You know, don't get stuck in something just because you don't want to be alone. You know, like, well, they're nice enough, they're cute enough. You know, they're giving me the attention. Don't do that because you don't want to get stuck with somebody that isn't for you. I saw somebody mention about career. I could do a general career reading. I could try that because not that many people ask about that. I'm not answering any questions, just so you know. Okay, Jamila, I'm not answering any questions. Okay. So I could do a quick career reading for the collective. Okay, Spirit guides. What messages do you have for the collective that has to do with career? What messages do you have for career? What career messages do you have? Jamila, I'm going to be answering yes or no questions this afternoon around 5:36 p.m. Eastern time. And it's only yes or no questions. So if you want, you could come back later around that time, 5:36 p.m. Eastern time. You could join me then. But it's going to be for subscribers only. So you have to be subscribed to the channel. Okay? So that's if you want a yes or no question answered, you know. And the way I read is I look at the card. If the card is upright, it's a yes. If it's a no, it's reverse. But if it's depending on the card that comes out, I explain why and give you some guidance and advice that come to me. So I hope you're able to join later on. If not, I understand. Okay, let's just do a career reading for the collective. What messages does the collective need to know about their career? Can I get a couple more cards, please, Spirit? For career. Career for the collective. What messages does the collective need to know about for the career? I don't know if some of you have already ended something with a job, or you're considering ending something with a job, because I don't know if I don't know what kind of work environment you're in, but with the 10 of Swords coming out, I'm good, thank you. Thank you, Shantae. I don't know if some of you are considering ending, like resigning from a job, or you have been fired or terminated, however you want to put it. And right now you're at this place where you're like, okay, I need to like ground myself. I need to prepare myself. I have to think about what my next move is. I don't know if some of you are trying to manifest a new job or have been manifesting a new job before you actually take the plunge with leaving a job. I don't know if the job had a lot of conflict, if there's a lot of people competing, like competing thoughts, competing ideas. If I don't know if it has to do with promotion or something. Some of you may have been passed up for a promotion because it was just too much, or even the environment could have been toxic where you didn't want to be in it. You didn't see any potential for growth. You weren't properly compensated. You just felt like you weren't being seen, you weren't being heard, and you weren't being valued. With the Queen of Wands, it's like some of you are going to just decide to pursue something else, something that you're more passionate about. Possibly going against the grain, doing something that's just your own. I don't know if some of you are wanting to start your own business or really put yourself out there to be seen, because you felt like you weren't being seen in the past. I want to clarify the 10 of Swords, because I don't know if there has been some sort of backstabbing in your job. I don't want to make it about drama and stuff, but you know, sometimes that happens, you know. You think things are going well at work, but then you find out, you know, there's been a lot of things going on behind your back that you didn't know about, or that has come to light to you. Or it's just the job that you have been, it's just like, it just took its toll on you, and you know it's time for you to head into something new. Hi, Carolyn. I'm good, and you? What is this 10 of Wands when it comes to career for the collective? 10 of Wands. I don't know. Some of you feel drained, overworked. You're like mentally exhausted from this position too. Judgment card came out. That's like indicating like you already know what you have to do. It's like You already know that it's time to end something, the judgment. It's time to make that final decision to end something and go towards what will be fulfilling to you emotionally, you know, because the Knight of Cups is someone who pursues what fulfills them emotionally, what makes them happy, what they love. I feel like if some of you are in a job where you feel like you've given a lot, but it hasn't really given much to you in the sense where there was emotional fulfillment, that's where you may be headed. Can I get one more with the Ten of Swords with Judgment and Knight of Cups? Yeah, you want to go where you're going to be valued, where you're going to get money. You know, you're going to do what you love, but you also want to be paid to do what you love. You know, you want more money. You want some sort of level up, promotion. So maybe some of you are going to be pursuing a position that you do, you know, that is, it just hits your criteria, emotional and professional criteria, but it also involves you reaching some sort of newer status, like a higher status, maybe a higher title, higher pay. I think some of you are probably sick of being like an entry level or mid-level, mid-management, and you're ready to be a boss. Okay, oh wow. So what is this Temperance? I feel like this card is, when I look at this card, it's like something big that's happening. It's a change. It's major arcana, right? But for me, and also this, the Judgment card, you know? Because this is like something that's going to be closing out soon. This card is right before the World, and the World is about the end of a cycle. So some of you are reaching that point. You're reaching that, like, or have reached that point where you're like, I want something more for myself. But the Temperance card for me, I'm like looking at it as an advice card because this has to do with remaining balanced. You know, it's like, it's also alchemy. This is about you cooking something up for yourself. You may be cooking something up for yourself where you, it's like the foot touching water and also the foot touching land. This is about being emotionally and mentally balanced, remaining grounded, also having faith. You know, though this may be, it could be a scary time for you, or just the idea of leaving and what the unknown, what lies in the unknown. If you don't have anything lined up, this is about you having faith that things will work out, but also putting your energy and your efforts towards something, right? Putting in all the ingredients, all your experience, all your love, your interest, your passion, and just seeing what you can develop from that, you know? Some of you may be very fixated on it too, because I saw the Devil card. But also don't let your fear get in your way of doing whatever it is that you want to pursue, you know? It's natural for it to be scary because you don't know what's on the other side of it. You know, you don't know if it's going to work out in your favor or go against you. But the thing is like you have to believe that it's going to work out in your favor, you know? But I want to know what the Temperance card is. What is the Temperance card? So this has to do with money, stability, legacy, building something, a solid foundation for yourself, for your family, for future generations. Didn't I mention the World? Maybe this is what you wanted to close out too. Maybe earlier we saw the Five of Pentacles, which is being at a lack, you know? It's like you want abundance for yourself. You want abundance, and you're probably closing out a cycle where you felt like there has been lack, where there hasn't been abundance, you haven't seen growth, you haven't seen prosperity, or even the prospect of that being a possibility, you know? But it's like you're rising above something and you're looking at the bigger picture and seeing that wherever you may have been, where it has been limiting, it has been painful, it has been challenging, that there's something more for you than what you see or what you used to see. The World is your oyster. The possibilities are endless when it comes to this, you know, like, and be confident in this decision. You know, you have to be confident. You know, this is about trusting and having faith that things are going to work out the way they're meant to, just as long as you keep looking forward. Don't look back. You know, you've already conquered whatever it was that you're leaving behind. Now it's time to go towards what it is you want to claim, you know, and it seems like you want to claim the world. I know, and I'm not talking about like diabolical, like I want to rule the world, but you want to rule your world. You want to create the world of your dreams. You want to move towards what will be the life that you envision for yourself, the future that you envision for yourself, the future in life you envision for your family, you know. But like, I feel like this too, because all of these cards can be seen as advice too. The Queen of Wands is about embodying that energy of confidence, of not giving any fucks what anybody thinks, being yourself, being authentic, even being a little bit mysterious. If there's certain things that you're doing, keep that to yourself. You want to block out any haters, any naysayers. You want to block out that energy because they could stay where they belong. Behind you in the past, as you're charioting on to whatever it is that you want, right? But this is about you standing your ground and being confident in yourself, in your experience, in your passion, your ability to manifest and create whatever it is that you want for yourself. You know, you see the sunflowers there? This is about focusing on the positive. You see she's bathed in yellow. Just think about everything that will make you happy. Focus on that. Don't focus on any fears, any insecurities that may limit you, block you, you know, because that's what the Devil card represents too, you know. Be curious, be creative, have fun. Most importantly, have fun in whatever it is that you're planning to do, you know. What else? Don't allow yourself to get stuck. You know, if you feel like if there's something that you feel like is some sort of blockage, you may have to knock it down, you know. But if there's any competing, like I saw this in the bottom of the deck, you know, look at things from a different perspective with the Hangman coming out at the bottom of the deck. But you could look at the past, look at your experiences. Remember, if there was something that you went through in the past that you weren't happy with, you already know how to navigate those situations. You have the tools you need to manifest, create whatever it is that you want for yourself. Remember that, because our experience is our teacher. Every shitty person that we encountered at work, they are our teachers. They show us who we don't want to be, but they also show us how to navigate or deal with those types of energies, those people, and also how to block them. You see how he has the two swords? That's like blocking. You know how to block that energy. You know how to protect yourself from that energy. You know, if necessary, you can knock somebody. You got that wand right there. You could give someone a cocotazo, you know. If you're Puerto Rican or Latino, you will know a cocotazo. You knock somebody in the head if they're trying to fuck with you, you know, if you have to. Oh my God. T. Oh, for real. I'm only answering questions later in, 5:30, 6 p.m. Eastern time. That's when I answer yes or no questions. Nisha. Oh, I'm glad this is resonating with y'all. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, don't allow yourself to get trapped in your thoughts. Remember, this prison is your own. It's one that you create for yourself. All those little lies that you tell yourself to stay back, like, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't know how to do this. No, bitch, you could do this. You gotta learn. You overcome this shit in the past. You overcame this. You already know what to do. You know, the only thing is about being confident, trusting that you have everything that you need to go towards whatever it is that you want. Have faith in yourself. You know, whenever those feelings come up, those thoughts that creep up, channel it, transmute it, change it into something, transform it. I feel like shit. Why? Why do I feel like shit? Why do you feel like shit? Change it. You don't have any reason to feel like shit. It could be the moment. There could be a situation that may be shitty, but you don't have to feel like shit. Remember, emotions are meant to be felt and experienced, but not meant to be stayed in. They're not vacations. You don't stay in emotions. You feel them, you feel them, you process them, then you release them, then you move on, you know? Don't get stuck in fear. Don't get stuck in limitation. Don't get stuck in you're not good enough or that you don't have enough. Don't get stuck in that, okay? Because that's what's going to be a downfall here. That will keep you stuck because this card did come out in the reverse. So you don't want to be the reason why things aren't moving forward, you know? There's always going to be obstacles. You've overcame them. Remember, I don't know, I keep mentioning the Skeletor thing. You know, you've overcome 100% of the worst days of your life. You can overcome anything else, basically, you know? So just don't get stuck in your head. Don't get trapped. Don't let those beliefs, those fears, other people's ideas, other people's limitations, or even the fact that they don't support you, because they're going to be people that are going to hate on you. They're like, oh, you can't do that. That's too much work. You know, you can't. No, you can't do that. Don't be trying to project your insecurities or your sense of lack or lack of confidence onto me. You know, you have to look at it that way. When somebody's telling you what you can't do, you're like, bitch, you're not me. Remind yourself, you know who you are. You know what you've gone through. You know what you've overcome. Don't let anybody else try to take you down, put you down. You know what I mean? Remember. That's it. I think that's the reading right there. This is for masculine or feminine energies. Okay? This is for everybody. I hope that's helpful. I hope that was helpful. Oh, you know, and there are going to be days where you're not going to feel your best, but then it's like, don't let that be your everyday, you know? Sometimes when that lack of confidence is probably because you're tired. Sometimes we're tired. We need to rest. We need to recharge. You know, just because you may feel like you don't feel like you can do something, or it could be because you need to rest, you know? You need to rest. I don't think people realize how important sleep is, you know? Because all you just need to is like recharge yourself. And it doesn't have to be sleep. It could just be doing stuff that you care about that's outside of whatever you're trying to build. Like you could take a step back so that you allow yourself to be re-inspired and to doing whatever it is that you want to do. Because if you could become hyper-focused, and then you could lose sight of the reason why you're doing something, why you left something and are going towards something else. Because then you'd be like, oh, why am I doing this? Like I should have stood where it was. But were you happy where you were? No, because you left. You left for a reason. Okay, so if you ever feel like that confidence is dying down, do something. And I'm telling you this as a person who has a fifth house, heavy fifth house, which is about play, fun, creativity, creative expression. Go into that energy. Just have fun. Just do things that dance, sing, go out, run. Do something that just reminds you of that power that you have inside of you, you know? Because I think this is the thing that we forget. We forget we're all creators, you know? In a world that constantly wants to take from us, it's time for us to give to ourselves, you know? And it could just be as simple as doing the things that you really love, just to be re-inspired, you know? So it's okay if you have to take a break too. Oh, I'm so happy this reading resonates with y'all. I really am. So if you want me to answer a yes or no question later on today, I'll be on at 5:30, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I keep saying that because sometimes I'm a little late. But yeah, I can answer a yes or no question. If it's a yes, the card will be upright. It's a no, it'll be reversed. And then depending on the card and the question, I'll explain why the card came out. That specific card came out. So I hope to see you all later. I'm going to be ending this live stream because I have to go back to work. My lunch break has ended. So hopefully I see you later on today. And I thank you all for joining me today, allowing me to read for you. In case you're new, because I see I have new people here, my name is Tan, and Artemis Oracle is my channel. And I hope to see you later today. And if not, I hope you have a great day wherever you are, or a great evening. And I'm sending you lots of love. Take care, everyone. Bye. Hi, Aina. Bye, Shante. Bye. You're welcome, Josa. Bye.